how to meditate. Now people have various definitions of meditation, various types of meditations, various traditions of meditations. There is no limit to the amount of meditations or type of meditations that exist. From a yogic point of view, meditations are normally, largely, to do with controlling the mind. And that's the terminology used in the yogic tradition, the orthodox tradition. So sort of controlling the mind. And there were other masters who sort of were not talking about controlling the mind. They were just saying that let's not talk about controlling the mind, but sort of taming the mind. So from control, there were traditions of yoga, to sort of masters who said that, or traditions said that you can't control the mind, but you can sort of tame the mind. And then there were traditions which said that you probably can't even tame the mind. That is being very ambitious. That's being very ambitious to think that we can control the mind or we can sort of tame the mind. You have to accept the mind. So a whole bunch of techniques and traditions from a wide range. And of course there are traditions which say you don't have to do anything. So meditation is for them is something which is very natural. Meditation is all about attention, and attention on what? Attention on your own self. Now there are two parts of it. Attention and on your own self. But what does attention on your own self mean? And these two are challenges, because attention itself is of human beings is very fluid. It doesn't stay at one place at one time on one thing. So one is the attention which is very fluid, which is like a flow, which is like a small child or a monkey. And the more complex part is that you don't know what the self is. So attention on what? Because I don't know what myself is. I don't know what is my true state as it is. I don't know. I have no clue about my true state, and so therefore on what do I put my attention on? So the first step is we sort of practice a technique or a meditation technique which comes to you, or you really want something because of terrible or difficult times, and you start practicing, and that's the first step in meditation. Second step, if you want to do pranayama, you can start with pranayama. You can do any breathing exercise. You can do mantras if you want. You can chant sounds. But after a while, let's say 5 or 10 minutes, you should stop all those exercises, be it mantra, be it pranayama, or any other breathing technique. You should stop maximum 5 to 15 minutes, and then you should sort of refocus your attention on an object. Now, why I say object is because it's easy. It's not desirable, it's not the ultimate thing, but it is the next best for someone who is, for many of us. So we take an object and we sort of sit with the object or ask the object to sit with us. For example, if I like the form of lahirimahasaya, then I sort of request lahirimahasaya to sit with me. So when you make your own place to sit, you also make a place for that object to sit. So if you made yourself comfortable, you also make the other person comfortable. So that's the point. So whatever image or object inspires you, or a person inspires you, then you sort of ask that person to sit in front of you or near you and be with you during your meditations. So you start to say, if I'm inspired by Christ, then I would request Christ to come and sit with me when I meditate. If I'm inspired by Buddha, I request the Buddha to come and sit with me and meditate. It can be anybody else, it can be anybody who initiated you, it can be your master, it can be Shiva, it can be Vishnu, it can be on Kali. It could be the sun, the moon, the ocean, the river. It could be anything. Anything that inspires you, anything that makes you, gives you a sense of security, sense of love, sense of hope, sense of direction. So anything. It could be anyone and anything. But what is important is not what you choose to meditate with, whom you choose to meditate with, but actually the act of meditation. That when you sit with it, you really think that person or that being is there with you when you're meditating. So if I ask Lord Shiva to come and sit with me, then the whole process within me should be in a manner that I am actually feeling Lord Shiva, that I am actually thinking inside me that Lord Shiva is sitting with me and meditating, that I can see him when I close my eyes and also when I open. If it's Krishna, then I sit with Krishna. I say, Krishna, if you can't sit in meditation because that's not your nature, then can you play your divine flute, please? And let Krishna come near you, sit down and play his flute, and you just listen to the flute. Now for majority of us, majority of spiritual seekers, whether you have been searching many lifetimes or you have been searching for decades, you've been meditating for decades, you've been in the Himalayas, you've been in Tibet, and you've explored everything, many gurus and many techniques and many mantras. For majority of them, this is what we're trying to get at. This is the level of meditation we're trying to get at, or they are trying to get at. So I asked Lady Baba, because lahirimahasaya appeared to me many times, in visions, in dreams. But I started feeling more and more his presence in meditations, and I enjoyed it a lot. But I could go very deep in my meditations. I could go deeper and deeper with him. Whenever I sat with him, I used to go deeper and deeper within my own self and discover something totally new. So this was the incentive. Now slowly when I used to sit with Lahiri Baba for long times, he started sort of indicating me to one region of his body. Or another way to put it, that my attention sort of in meditation sort of got from the form, sort of started converging to a point within his body. Somewhere around here, in the chest region, middle of the chest region. my attention day by day used to get sort of converge on his chest, in the center of his chest, and that when it sort of converged, that region of his chest started glowing with full of light. And at first I could not understand what it was, but later I discovered that within that light was a form, very, very beautiful, loving, blissful. I mean, I don't have words to describe that form, what I was seeing. It was not a form as we see, but some sort of form, some sort of human form where, but I couldn't see the face. But I saw this magnificent form, radiating love, radiating bliss. I was losing myself. More and more I was losing myself. I couldn't figure out what it was. Who was it? What was it? But I was losing myself, and that's for sure. And I was enjoying it. This losing yourself was not fearful, but it was blissful. It was amazing. It was a high and a high and a high and a high which never stops, which never comes down. I thought at that time when I used to meditate with Hari Baba that this sort of this thing in the middle of his chest was his heart. But his heart seemed to be like a form. I mean, heart is heart, so you expect something like this. But it was a form. It had a form. It had legs. It had body. It has a chest, hair, But I couldn't figure out who it was because I couldn't see the face. And that form, I discovered later that form within the heart, within the center of the heart of lahirimahasaya, was the form of mahavatarbabaji. So in the heart, in the center of the chest of heart of lahirimahasaya resides mahavatarbabaji. And that's how I got introduced to the Master.